Day 2, Imaging USA 2025 from Dallas. I'm already losing half my voice, but that's great. We got day 3 for the other half of my voice, right? If you missed day 1, it's on this channel. Hit subscribe to it so you don't miss out on the rest of this, but let's get in there because as always, there's a lot going on. One of the biggest things at a show like Imaging is the printing of your photos, right? Going from the shot to actually something that exists in the world that they can't swipe away, right? I got Vinny from Miller's with me here. I think you can agree that the community here at Imaging is so focused on printing, it's kind of wild.
Totally, it's unrivaled. This is the biggest show that we do as a lab, so it's a great opportunity for us to get to meet people that are in shooting weddings, family portraits, seniors, sports and schools. It really covers a wide net.
Yeah, I feel like you're really committed. You're not just like putting out 1,000 images and saying like, yeah, look, like you're gonna be able to edit yourself down. It exists in your life on a wall, and your client has the shot, and it's actually as a presence.
Totally. I mean, these are such milestone moments, right? That hopefully we only get to go through once in our lives.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that we're documenting that for not only for our own daily life to go walk by something that makes you feel good, but also these things tell stories that'll last a lot longer than any of us will be here.
So you're doing a lot of albums. First of all, what kind of photographers come up to you most for albums? What is it besides weddings?
Yeah, I mean, weddings is the big one, but then from there, family portraits and seniors, we still sell a lot of albums through that route. Boudoir has grown like crazy for us the last few years as well.
Yeah, so is there something that's been like on fire for you guys?
Yeah, so the Miller Signature album is our go-to. That is pretty synonymous with our brand in total. We've really invested a bunch of time in adding newer, higher-end cover options. So this Croco is one of my favorites. It has a really nice purple color.
These rare purple crocodiles in the wild.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, I mean, they've been popular for us. They're really versatile. So anything from boudoir, senior, family, it just kind of covers the full gamut.
Very cool. And I guess this is kind of a place where you don't just like see it on a website and wonder what the finishes are, wonder what this feels like. You can see what you're getting the client, right?
Totally. And you get that opportunity, right, to go eye to eye with somebody and say, tell me what's the most popular thing that you guys sell? Yeah. What can you do to help me grow my business? And that's our sweet spot.
Yeah, so do you know how many years you guys have been doing the show for? I feel like you've always been.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I started at Miller's in 2011, and we've been doing it since at least then and probably a long time before.
That's wild, but it's cool to see that someone stays that long with a brand. Says a lot about a brand, man.
Yeah, totally.
Yo, thanks so much, man. Appreciate you.
Absolutely, thank you.
One of the cool things about getting to the trade show floor with brands as legacy as Sigma, and I got Nick with me, is that you are able to just go try out a lens you've heard about. How are you supposed to know if the lens is the lens you want or is the look that you're looking for without actually seeing what it's doing? And that's kind of what you're offering here, along with some other stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, every time we come to a trade show, we make sure we bring all of our gear so that people can actually get a hands-on experience. You know, people want to see what the bokeh looks like. They want to see what a 105 millimeter focal length actually looks like. You get to try out the telephoto lenses on pretty much everything out here in the hall. So yeah, people want to come and try it on their camera. Basically like going to a camera store, except this is a little bit more interactive.
Yeah, but not everyone has a camera store that's like fully stocked or ready to rock. And this is why, and you get to hear, not just put on your camera and wonder what to look for. You get to like walk them through what the thought process, the design of the lens, why you do this, what you should expect out of the lens. And I think that's super important because most people don't even know what to look for sometimes.
That's right. And sometimes when you go to a camera store, if you're lucky to have one near you, they're not really steeped in the Sigma brand, right? So we've got people here who've been here for years, and they can tell you everything you want to know about what we've done in the past and what we're doing now.
But if you already own a Sigma lens, you could probably come here and get some. I'm hearing the servicing happening. What is happening over here?
Yeah, so we've got two guys from our service department. That's Nick and Chris, and they're both longtime employees, and they're taking care of people's lenses. So if you have a Sigma lens, bring it down to our clean and check, and they'll, open it up, take all the little dust specks off of it. They'll clean it up, polish it up, make it look real nice, lubricate the focus ring, the zoom ring. Make sure it's in top operating condition, give you a firmware update, etc.
One thing people don't think about is if you shoot brand A, but you've been thinking about brand B, you can actually pick up a different brand than you already own, try out that lens on that brand, and you're kind of doing a lot of sample testing in one shot with someone that's really knowing what they're talking about to walk you through it a little bit, which is pretty great.
Yeah, and we try to make sure that we know as much as we can about our competitors, so we know about Canon cameras and Fujifilm cameras and Sony cameras, obviously Lumix, who's part of the L-Mount Alliance. And we really try to give customers as much information as possible so that they walk away being completely informed about their decisions.
Totally, and a lens is very subjective. It's not about being the sharpest, whatever. Sometimes it's the character, sometimes it's a look, sometimes it's weight. Everybody has their own what they're looking for, and you can do that when you come to a show like this. Nick, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Problem. I had to grab Carol. I actually met Carol here, and she just automatically started assisting me out of nowhere when I was on my own, sweating my brains out as a speaker. But you just told me you've been coming here since 2013. What made you start coming, and why do you keep coming back? I mean, this is a long stretch.
It sure is. I came first because I wanted the education and I wanted to learn more about my craft. I was really young. I was like 21 years old, and I just wanted to learn what it was all about. But then what I found was I found friends and family that, we work very much by ourselves in our careers. And this is the one time of year I get to hang out with everyone from across the whole country. We get to hang out, learn, network, have fun. It's just, I look forward to it all year. It's like a family reunion.
Yeah, so you're more on a social level, and other things pop off. It's just like a bonus.
Exactly.
Plus, I know you float in and out of everybody's class.
Basically.
So yeah. But I'm really proud of it, because then you became a speaker after a while, which was, what was that experience going from an attendee to a speaker?
It was kind of like, I couldn't believe it, because I'd always seen these people up on the stage. I'm like, oh, I could never do that. I could never do that. And then I kept applying. And then when I got selected, and someone might have called me to tell me I was selected, and it was amazing. Like, being able to share what I had learned over the past 10 years of my career was just awesome to be able to do that, and have people come up to me even now and say, like, your class is one of the best classes I've ever been to, learning family photography. It's just been awesome to help other people, because I just really want to help other people.
Yeah, paying it forward is really what's up to keep this industry alive. Let me tell you, there is no industry without us as a community. There's no community without us. So when you started assisting me, and I felt your demeanor of like really being a part of this genuinely, I was like, all right. And then as I got to know you, I was like, oh, she's really a really good teacher. Like, the way you break things down for people. And so when I found out you were going to be a speaker and I called you, it wasn't like the people who are speakers for a living who were like, got it, what date, be there. She was like really welling up, and like I was like, all right, that's how you know that it's going to be a great class. So I'm really glad you're here, and I'm really glad you got to be a speaker, and thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a great rest of the show.
You too.
Yeah, dope. Do some G. No, do not use that. All right, so I ran into Jen on the floor, but I ran into you last night, and you've been here before?
Yes, I come almost every year. I think I've only missed maybe 2 or 3 in the past 10 years that I've been a member of PPA.
Okay, that I did not know. You came at me, I thought like you've never been here. Oh, okay.
I've talked to you a few times. I've come to your booth. I ask you questions about different things.
How awful am I? Go ahead. Am I just okay?
You're great. You're a little. Your delivery's a little harsh, but no, you're.
I just make it stick.
Yes, it
you know?
does stick. You're amazing.
But I think that's part of the cool thing here is that the speakers are accessible. It's not just like only on stage and never again.
No. That's the best part. I'll see you in a class on platform, and then you're right at a booth, and I just walk up and I just start talking to you.
What made you come the first year, and what made you say, I'm coming all the time?
Oh, the first year, I couldn't even tell you. I think I had been a member of PPA for maybe a year or 2, and then I just decided I wanted to take some classes. I wanted just to get better in the industry. And it was like, drinking from a fire hose, like everybody says, and it was completely overwhelming. But I met some great people, some great PPA people, and some other people, and they just made me want to keep coming back and learning more. I connected with them outside of PPA, and when the next year when it came back around, I just wanted more. So after coming a few times, some of it does get a little redundant, but the connections don't. You meet new people all the time, and you get to reconnect with the people who you have taken classes from, and there's always more questions and new questions. There's always something, but I do it personally now more each year because it's my restart for the year. There are things that I know that I should be doing, but I hear them again, and I kind of get burnt out by this time of the year, and by the end of last year, and this is my restart.
It's the reignition, right?
Reignition. Yeah.
What type of stuff do you shoot?
Personally, I shoot newborns, families, and portraits, and then I work for an agency outside of my business. and I shoot press conferences, photojournalism, portraits and headshots for that agency. So it's the two sides.
So lastly, how do you feel you as a photographer have grown from year one to right now in front of me?
From year one, just not knowing anything about how to value myself, value my time, and price myself, but mainly it was my time, not understanding how valuable your time is. I think that was one of the biggest things PPA taught me, how to really understand the industry and how to grow in the industry and help the industry grow instead of just coming in and saying, oh, I have a digital camera, I can just give everything away.
Right.
Which I did start like that. That was me.
Everybody did something. You got to get going
did.
somewhere. You got to go shoot something for someone.
Yeah, and I get that, but I love that they showed me how to value myself as well as all the other photographers in the industry, and that's why I come back. So I just love to hear that and pass that on to other photographers too.
Who knew you had to eat? Who knew you had to pay rent, right? It's crazy, right?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Man, I'm really glad I saw you last night. Hopefully I'll see you in class soon.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
All right, that's going to cap out day 2. Obviously, there's so much going on here. If you're here, let me know what you got into down in those comments. If you've had past years and things you want to share, I want to see it down there as well. If you missed day 1, that's on this channel, and I will see you over there for day 3. You don't want to miss it. Hit subscribe and the bell so you get notified when it comes out, and I'll see you over there.